Hi folks, hope you're okay today. It's good to be with you. This is J-Bo ending his YouTube career with the infamous and famous series The Fall of the Rat Pack. My last video I basically challenged Fiona Robertson whether she's got a PhD or not, and also asked her for the evidence that my accusation that she's a stalker, and when I say stalker I mean internet stalker, and how that connects to one of her children being harmed, which she stated that has happened, and has kept claiming this for a while. No evidence has been provided to show the connection between my words and the harming of this child. We do have evidence of atheists who said that it was to do with something to do with her family and other people on Facebook, and it was nothing to do with me. She cut those people off who wanted to say that under a video that Cliff Jumper had made, so thereby muting the freedom of speech on this issue. So we couldn't get to the bottom of the truth. But she has gone on making this allegation. Every time I win a debate, she turns up and she's brought this allegation. I had a chat with the police about it, and the police said that this is slander. They don't deal with slander, but they saw it as slander. They didn't take it seriously. Now, she gets a bee in the bonnet about me saying she's a stalker, and I mean internet stalker, and I'll give you the evidence of these people doing internet stalking. She hangs around with Alex Borton. Alex Borton, on his YouTube channel, made a video recently of Nephilim Free, and shows a screenshot of Nephilim Free googling, looking for San Francisco escorts. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not. Whether Nephilim Free has or not, I don't know. And I'm not interested. And I like Nephilim Free, and I trust Nephilim Free, and I don't doubt his character whatsoever. But this was a malicious slander by Alex Borton. In order for him to get that information, he's obviously had to do something that is not fair in terms of YouTube license or YouTube fair use. He's obviously invaded Nephilim Free's privacy, or is even done even worse than that and maliciously slandered the man and providing false evidence. That's one example of internet stalking. Another example is Wayne Hudson, an atheist. He made a video about me called The Wrath of Jason Burns, and at the end of it he puts Richard Raspberry's address. That is internet stalking. That is abusing a fellow human being on the internet. Another example is Paul Hartley, an atheist, who's connected. All these are connected with Fiona Robertson. So, and this guy had Richard Raspberry got rid of his website, and this guy went and took control of it. Now, why would he do that? Why would this atheist take control of a Christian's website, and the Christian had got rid of it? That is internet cyberbullying as far as I'm concerned. This guy, Paul Hartley, came into Manchester, told me horrible things about Richard Raspberry, said you're getting involved in something really bad, make an apology to Fiona, I'll video it, and just stay away from them. So he really scared me, this guy, with all this stuff that he said about Richard Raspberry and everything, and this guy pretended to be my friend. So I made a video saying, oh, I apologise to you, Fiona, if something's happened to your child, whatever. I didn't apologise for anything that had happened to the child through me, but I apologised for this accusation of stalking, which I'm not apologising now because you're part of an internet stalking group, as far as I'm concerned. So I made this video, and then weeks later, months later, this Paul Hartley says that he's taken over Richard Raspberry's website. In other words, this guy came into Manchester and attacked Richard Raspberry's character, yet at the same time didn't tell me that he was stalking Richard Raspberry on the internet by taking over the guy's website and trying to find out information about this guy, and completely dishonest to me. So when I accuse you of stalking, I mean internet stalking, where you, Paul Hartley, Wayne Hudson, and all your crew, Alex Bolton, go around prying and trying to find out private things about people's lives and trying to cause mental harm to people on the internet, and you caused me a lot of mental harm. Now, when I said that you haven't got a PhD, I knew that you would run to your defences, and I knew that all the atheists would run to defend you. Now, the evidence that you provided for your PhD, to me, doesn't match up with your blog posts. Your blog posts show that you are not capable of an academic PhD. So there is a mismatch. Now, I tried to find your PhD, I tried to find your articles, I tried for 2 hours and I couldn't find anything, only your blog posts and comments that you've made on Creationist sites. And all of them show that you have not got any ability as an academic whatsoever. Now, maybe you have, but there's a mismatch there, and I don't know why. But to be quite frank, I'm not interested. The reason why I said you hadn't got a PhD was to flush you out, to show you that you would come and try to say to me, where's the evidence? Prove me wrong. Yet, at the same time, you're hypocritical because you attack my reputation and provide no evidence for this connection between you and your child. Yeah? Showing what a complete hypocritical liar you are, what a complete hypocrite you are, and the atheist community, that they will come out and rush and defend you, and they are quite violent in their language in defending you and your reputation, but they will not come out and defend me when no evidence has been provided by you. Like I said, evidence was provided by atheists about your malicious slander, and you silenced them and stopped them from commentating. About Facebook, something to do with Facebook. Now the point is this, Fiona. Lenator, Captain Awesome Crew, Alex Bolton, Wayne Hudson, Making Explicit, Cliff Jumper, who incidentally tried to punch me in Manchester a few months ago, traumatised me by doing that, and traumatised me a few weeks before that filming, and you've never told him off about it, so you encourage violence. Oh, and by the way, Fiona, you're the one that when he came back had a piss night with the Captain Awesome Crew, watching my videos. Go on the Captain Awesome Crew, folks, and see her getting pissed. She said she weren't pissed. You go and have a look and see whether she was pissed or not. And if she weren't pissed, why is she laughing her head off as if she was pissed? Laughing at me, taking the mick out of me, with the Captain Awesome Crew. Lenator, who says he must be taken to task for what he says. This idiot encouraging Cliff Jumper to put a video up that traumatised me. And these people want to diversify. Jim Gardner and Lenator want to diversify with Pouting Mouty so that they can look good. Well, it doesn't work like that. You see, Making Explicit, Wayne Hudson, Mark, there's a guy called Mark, Alex Bolton, Cliff Jumper, and Fiona Robertson, and all these people are internet cyberbullies picking on Christian apologists, and they take their disgusting ways and habits and psychological torture outside of YouTube. And if people ever doubt whether I'm telling the truth or not, you go onto Cliff Jumper's video YouTube channel and you look at the video where he films me in Manchester, and he came out purposely to try and cause me to have a breakdown and puts the members of public in danger. If anybody doubts whether I'm telling the truth, go and see that video. It reveals all. Now the reason why I've made this video, Fiona, is because I'm giving Lenator, I'm giving the Captain Awesome Crew, and I'm giving Alex Bolton, and I'm giving Wayne Hudson, and I'm giving Making Explicit and Cliff Jumper, and all you nut job atheists out there who follow them, I'm giving your marching orders. You're the biggest pile of crap on YouTube, spilling your hate and your venom and your internet mental violence. And if you don't stop what you're doing, you're going to harm somebody in a serious way. Now leave Rand Campbell alone, leave G-Man alone, leave Arcane alone, leave all the Christian apologists alone, and go and do your little debates and discussions with idiots like J.D. Kane. If anybody doubts whether I am telling the truth or not, go onto Rand Campbell's site and go and watch a video which is 5 hours long, where Rand Campbell has a Google Hangout, and go and see the behaviour of Alex Borton and J.D. Kane. They're complete, utter nut jobs. Coming on, being told not to come on, and they came on and on and on. You know what I call that? I call that internet stalking. When Rand Campbell says, don't come on, and you come on, and you come on, and you come on, and you come on. You came on about 7 times, JDR Kane. That is internet stalking. You were told not to come on, and you came on and on and on. So basically, the bottom line is this. You picked on me, Fiona. You came up with a slander to silence me. You picked on me, Alex Borton, playing the victim guard with your wife when you know that I didn't know she was ill. You picked on me, making explicit. You picked on me, Jim Gardner. You picked on me, Captain Awesome Crew. You picked on me, yeah? When I was vulnerable and I wasn't well, you had many Google Hangouts exploiting my depression for your propaganda purposes, trying to silence my voice. You picked on me when you started 4 Google Archive channels, which recently has been mentioning sexual things about me and my family. You picked on me as a bunch of people, yeah? And you, DPR Jones, you knew some of this stuff that was going on, and you, Hogtie Champ, because you were in conversation with Cliff Jumper before he came down into Manchester. So you, Cliff Jumper, and DPR Jones also knew and have supported this vile accusation that Fiona brought, right? So you're all in it together as cyberbullying people who bullied and picked on me. And you know something? If I ever see the police, I'll just show them the videos that you've done next time. Okay? I just thought I'd let you know that, Fiona. Now, I hold no bitterness to you, Fiona. I hold no bitterness to you, any of you atheists. I love you guys. I love you, Alex. I love you, Fiona. I love you, Jim Gardner. I really do. Love you, Wayne Hudson. I love you all. I really do. But you don't pick on J-Bo. I was brought up in a tough environment. I come from a tough, hard family. And you don't pick on J-Bo. And you picked on me, boys and girls. Now this is your D-Day, where you get it in the neck. People need to know that you are a rat pack. You are the stinking scourge of YouTube. You are puking out vile hate against Christian apologists like G-Man and Rand Campbell and Bible-thumping Winnow. You have idiots like Geek, who don't know the left arm from the right arm in theology, to cover up your tracks, and Pouting Mouty and people like that, who come on and sweet talk everybody with their sweet kind of atheism, to make it look as if you're all nice. And you could try and diversify, Jim Gardner, and play around with Christopher Mouty, and you could try and diversify Leonard Orr, but today's your day. Today, you've been called out as the Rat Pack. You're the most vicious, nasty, horrible people on the internet. And you're churning out hate, and you've bullied people, you've cyberbullied people, and you've got up to some horrific things on the internet by investigating people's private lives, which you should not be doing. And you're the scumbags for doing that, and scumbags for bringing out slander like you have done, Fiona. And you're being called out for it. So I'm leaving YouTube. But if you think I'm leaving YouTube quietly, Fiona, you've got another thing coming. The atheist community are all for evidence. They all want evidence. You talk to them, you debate to them. Give us evidence. Give us evidence. If I say Aronras beat his wife up, which I've never said, you would all say, we want evidence. If I said DPR Jones has slept with a prostitute, you'd all say, give us evidence. I've never said that, by the way. But the moment Fiona Robertson says, my kid has been hit because of Jason Burns' words, nobody says evidence. Nobody says evidence. And that is the stinking hypocrisy of you, Fiona, and atheism. And you're part of the atheist community, mate. So sayonara and enjoy your